We are continuing with this series by capping off the final member of the Trinity in Wonder Woman. We're going to be looking at who would be the best potential of taking over the mantle of Wonder Woman if Diana maybe retired, passed away, or simply chose to just stop being Wonder Woman. There's 5 options I have, and each of them are going to have pros and cons. We're going to go through each character, and then at the very end, I'm going to rank them from first to worst in terms of which I would personally prefer the next Wonder Woman to be. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. The first member of Wonder Woman's family we're going to be looking at here, and probably the most popular in terms of not just succession, but notoriety, is Donna Troy. Depending on the origin you choose, I personally like her being made of clay to one day defeat or kill Wonder Woman, but no matter which one it is for you, she has the deepest ties to Wonder Woman's legacy and also has the experience being in the role before. She's one of the original Teen Titans and has been placed as a leader before, showing her preparedness for the mantle. When you're part of the Trinity, when you are the world's top 3 most important and powerful superheroes around, you're going to need to know some form of leadership, and Wonder Woman has that. Donna Troy follows those footsteps. She's very similar to Diana, who shows strength and compassion through her actions, but is not afraid to make the tough decisions. Her abilities and skills are practically the exact same as Wonder Woman's, along with her deep connection to Themyscira and the Amazonian culture that Diana holds very dear. In a lot of ways, you can view Donna Troy as another Wonder Woman already who just doesn't go by the name. I think every value that Diana holds true and everything that makes her who she is, a powerful Amazonian demigod warrior, Donna Troy shares a lot of those attributes. For her cons, however, just putting this out there, she has solidified herself as Donna Troy and less Wonder Woman, making her mainstream appeal a little more difficult. I gotta be honest, I'm not exactly sure how much I agree with this one. I just wanted to put it here so that people, if they did feel this way, could be like, yeah, that con was recognized. I do think it's a Batman Nightwing situation where a lot of people do believe that Nightwing would be the best suited replacement for Batman after Bruce. But realistically, I think Nightwing is his own character and does not want the mantle whatsoever. I'm not saying Donna maybe doesn't want the Wonder Woman mantle, but she is her own character. She is more Donna Troy than she maybe ever will be Wonder Woman. And truthfully, she has more often been seen as Wonder Woman's sidekick or even backup or a member of the Titans. That doesn't mean something like that can change, but it just hasn't happened very often, and many people are simply used to her being below that Justice League standard, like a lot of those Titans characters kind of are. Now let's look at Artemis. For her pros, she was also Wonder Woman for a time, even if it was a long time ago, but experience in the role helps her in this case. Coming from the Bana-Mighdall Amazons, you can play with a different contrast in which she shares enough similarities to Wonder Woman, but has enough differences to show what her side of the Amazonians look like through her representation of what Wonder Woman would be. She is one of the best combatants in DC, and don't get me wrong, I know nowadays so many characters fall into that list. But along with that, she brings the potential of being one of the best warriors amongst the Amazons alone. Even though she is more aggressive than others, she holds her honor and justice true to the highest of her standards as well. But that could also be a nice little change up to a traditional Wonder Woman, a Wonder Woman who is now willing to be a little more aggressive than usual. As for her cons, her somewhat brutal methods she dabbles in every now and then would make it hard to be a full-fledged Wonder Woman on Diana's standards. Also, she is much less diplomatic and is willing to overlook the compassion that Wonder Woman tends to uphold. As long as Diana has a say in this conversation, I'm pretty sure there would be a little bit of worry with her for Artemis, but I personally do believe that Wonder Woman would see the best potential out of Artemis as well. And not saying that Artemis's aggression is a bad thing, it can definitely be useful, but from Diana's standpoint, maybe she wants that course corrected. Now we look at Wonder Girl, Cassandra Sandsmark, for her pros. Very often she's seen to be Wonder Woman's protege and could have an easier path to the mantle than others. With how much younger the character is compared to other members in the family, fans that grow with her over the years are more likely to want to see the character as Wonder Woman. People have read stories with her and grown up with her, maybe prefer her as one of their top characters in the Wonder Woman family, and when the day comes where they finally transition these characters into Justice League level adults, maybe these people would want to see her as the new Wonder Woman. Maybe they believe that she also deserves it. She also has a strong family connection, as her father is a demigod, her grandfather is Zeus, and her aunt is Diana. There's an argument to be made there that she has the best potential of being the strongest one in Wonder Woman's family as well. As for her cons, compared to the others, she still has a lot to learn, and like many Teen Titans, they struggle to grow up past the safeguards of the team. With Teen Titans characters, when they hit their max potential, writers don't often know where to take them, leaving them within the Titans as just slightly older members with more experience. Now, I'll be completely fair here, I don't keep track of Wonder Girl's adventures the way other people probably do. However, most of what you see of this character is always surrounding the Titans. They're never really giving her the opportunity to grow up, just the way they have done so with Beast Boy, Raven, and so many other of those younger characters. So we could sit here and think that Cassandra has the potential to be the next Wonder Woman, but we've never necessarily seen it in terms of her outgrowing and moving on from the Titans. Very often, I feel as if many characters outside of the family can overshadow her, and the characters within the family are given a bigger spotlight, not making her the most popular choice. Within the family alone, I think people find Donna Troy much more interesting, and even though Artemis is only getting a boost in popularity somewhat recently, even she, I believe, more people would find to be interesting than Wonder Girl. In terms of a popular choice, a character that everybody could, show a consensus and be on board with, I don't know if Wonder Girl is the right pick here. But narrative-wise, I think she nearly has everything going for her. Next, we look at Nubia, another character in DC that has been recently getting a popularity boost. Nubia is a highly experienced and successful general, along with her being the new queen of the Amazons. That is a massive mantle to uphold already. So if she can be queen of the Amazons, I don't think she'd necessarily have a problem upholding the mantle of Wonder Woman. She shares a lot of Wonder Woman's abilities and talents, and their close-knit relationship would keep the Wonder Woman mantle intact. She is just as honorable of a warrior as Diana, and even guarded Doom's doorway, which is a rift into Hades from Themyscira, and to be able to do something like that definitely means you should be put on a short list like this. She also knows how to face the utmost adversity and still stands on her own 2 feet to solve any problem. I think when you look at it strategically and logically, she may hold the best argument for taking over the role as Wonder Woman from Diana if need be. However, for her cons, as much as being a queen of the Amazons is a pro, the negative here is being in a position that would not allow you to take on Wonder Woman, as she must be stationary in Themyscira. I imagine it would be very, very difficult to continuously and constantly having people at your beck and call, trying to solve relations between your people all over the world, and to also keep your people safe and the sanctity of the Amazonian women upheld, all while being Wonder Woman, keeping man's world safe and being part of the Justice League. She would be spreading herself way too thin, and I don't think you can be both. In terms of DC trying to build up her popularity right now, she was sidelined for many years, and even though DC is rebuilding her image, she still has some way to go, and not many casual fans may know of her, or even comic fans may really care about her. And then on top of all that, taking the identity of Wonder Woman could stunt her own growth as Queen of Themyscira, or just as her own character in general. That is what happens with a lot of these sidekicks or deep-rooted allies that these characters have in the DC universe. Eventually, you have to stop looking at these characters as being a successor, and you got to start looking at them as their own character. And Nubia, very similarly on the level of Donna Troy, I believe to be her complete own character, where Wonder Woman wouldn't really do anything to uphold the character. It would only bring down and subtract to who they're trying to make Nubia now. And then the last character on this list, but not the least of all of Wonder Woman's allies, I decided to go with one of the newest additions to Wonder Woman's family, Yara Flor. For her pros, she brings a connection to the Amazonian culture that Diana of course holds dear, while bringing in her own flavor and mythology. In Future State, she was shown to be the Wonder Woman of the future, as if the writers wanted to see how people would feel about the character in said role. Yara has also complete confidence in herself, and with it comes her skilled archery, combat, and even tracking skills. Detail-wise, her costume screams Wonder Woman more than some of her other family members do, especially when you compare their outfits, Artemis, Donna Troy, even certain costumes that Wonder Girl wears. Yara looks like a Wonder Woman adjacent to me more than some of the others. But see, she has the exact opposite argument you could make towards Nubia and Donna Troy. The idea that creating these characters to take over mantles of their masters brings down the value of what these characters are trying to build themselves up to, whereas Yara was specifically made to be the future Wonder Woman. That's almost the character's purpose from the very beginning of their inception. So clearly, narrative-wise, from that viewpoint, she might be the best potential to take over. But let's not jump the gun here. Let's look at her cons. I believe she's far too new of a character to justify her as the next Wonder Woman over some of these other characters who have been part of Wonder Woman's family for generations. They need to focus on who Yara will be without relying on the Wonder Woman mantle. And even though part of Diana's mythos, she lacks experience with and without the character compared to the years of history that those others have. Her competition is high when you consider characters like Donna Troy or Artemis, who have much higher potentials and are probably stronger than her. Again, Yara has potential and reasoning to be the next Wonder Woman, but it's not like it's going to be a hop, skip, and a jump. She's not going to be able to take the mantle with ease. You're going to need to grow out this character more. So there are my 5 options in Wonder Woman's family. Now I'm going to rank my personal choices, 5 being my least likely or my least favorite, and 1 being my absolute favorite. I would have to go Yara Flor at 5, Nubia at 4, Donna Troy at 3, Wonder Girl at 2, and Artemis at 1. Yara Flor being so low, once again, I understand the pros she has here and the fact that she was Wonder Woman, but it is simply put that we need to know more of this character moving forward, and she does not have the history that gives her the right to jump over some of these other characters who probably or might deserve it more than her. If 10 years go down the line and this character is still somewhat relevant, and they give you tons of reasons over those years why she is a well-suited fit for Wonder Woman, my opinion might change, but right now she's got to go last. For Nubia being so low at 4, it's not truthfully because I don't think she would be a good Wonder Woman. I think she'd be a phenomenal Wonder Woman. I just don't think that the role is right for her in terms of who her character is meant to be. I much prefer her in a role surrounding more Amazonian culture and reasonings rather than being a Wonder Woman part of the Justice League, saving the rest of the world from multiversal god type threats. I'd rather her be dedicated to the Amazons. And that is more so what they're growing that character to be. Don't strip that away from her. Make her her own thing. Then for Donna Troy, I feel the exact same way for her the way I do with Nightwing. If thrust upon her, would she be a great Wonder Woman? No doubt about it. Would she put her differences aside from the role even if she didn't want to be Wonder Woman? She would. And that's why she would be a good Wonder Woman. She would understand the results and the consequences and responsibilities of taking on this role. But very similarly, I think she has her own path and she needs to expand upon that path as Donna Troy and not Wonder Woman. I think a lot of people would be surprised about my reasonings here and might not even really like it, but that's how I've always viewed Donna Troy, very much like the Nightwing of the Wonder Woman family. My second favorite option is Wonder Girl. I think the power and the lineage she carries within the Wonder Woman family and the other gods that surround the Wonder Woman family makes it very important for her not just being a potentially very powerful Wonder Woman, but really understanding where their power comes from in terms of how Diana understands it as well. The reason why Artemis lands at number 1 for me is, I do really like her character, but she's just different. She offers a new flavor, somebody that appreciates the role, respects the role, and understands what the role meant to Diana, but she also needs to make the role her own. I think Artemis's life experience, maybe being a little bit more of an anti-hero to begin with and propelling her way into this symbol of compassion that Wonder Woman was always meant to be, is a very interesting narrative concept. Holding on to those more aggressive parts of her character would bring a different and new life to Wonder Woman that we don't often see. A new Wonder Woman who can still respect the past, but brings in a new nature to who this character can be. And I think from Artemis's perspective, it's also a situation of look how far she's come. Look at how she is now a centerpiece of the DC universe. So there you go, guys, my 5 options for Wonder Woman and how I rank them. So you guys let me know in the comments below what you thought of the video, and let me know who your personal favorite is on taking over the mantle of Wonder Woman when Diana is done. That is all I have for you on this one, everyone. Let me know if you want something like this again for The Flash or Green Lantern. I can definitely work on that. But until the next time, I will talk to you all very soon. I'm the